Professor John recommended, he interrupted me. I've seen your recent shows. Your choice of topics is somewhat problematic. I looked everywhere. I looked in my wardrobe, I looked in my desk, I looked under my bed. But I still can't figure out where I asked for your opinion. Konnichiwa, watashi wa JeidoChannel desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Today I'm going to be playing Mr. Love Queen's Choice. I actually started playing this game a while back. I don't know why I dropped it, but I'm going to be trying to play it again today. I got my account back, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I forgot literally almost everything. So I'm going to go back to the first story and replay it. So, yeah. I only made it to through the first 2 chapters, and I stopped literally at chapter 3. You are at LFG, aren't you? Yes, but to no avail. I signed the investment withdrawal agreement. I seem to be able to see Anna on the other end of the line, petrified. Did you meet the CEO of LFG, Victor? No, I couldn't even get past his assistant. All we have now is one last episode of Miracle Finder. Oh, still, they probably spared you some heartache. I heard the CEO was a real terror. So, basically, he's like Juman Han. He's like Juman Han's cousin, basically. If you met him today, I doubt we'd even have a special final episode to make. Hearing those words, somehow a gangster boss image appeared in my mind, just like in The Godfather. Really? Of course, you're still so green. You may have a lot to learn. This Victor is a legend in finance. Legend in finance, you say? Okay. The Loveland Financial Group was founded 8 years ago, and it's the industry leader today. Really incredible. How did they manage that? Nobody knows. Some invisible tycoon probably is pulling up the strings behind the scenes. No matter who's pulling the strings, they're pulling our funding. You can't complain, really. The show doesn't have much of an audience anyway. Wow. Okay, Anna. When your dad was still around, it was really popular. Maybe the culture's just moved on. Anna, you practically ran everything for 2 years after Dad passed. We owe you a lot. I'm just doing my job. I can do it well. Just trying to keep the lights on until you graduate and could take over. I just remember the promise with Dad when I was a kid. We'll make the best show in the world. Anna, though it sounds unrealistic, I don't want to give up. I just can't give up this dream Dad built for me. Just then a scream drew my attention. Like, ah! Look, it's him! The lifelong idol. My one and only Keto! Where? Let me see. Just one look. And you fall in love? Seriously? Oh yes, Keto. Yeah. When I played this, okay, I liked Gavin, but Keto, I liked him as like a best friend. Victor and Lucien, I don't know. At least that's what I thought. I don't know. I might change my mind. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm just going through this again. So, following the eye of the girls, I saw the ad on the giant screen of the trade tower. Superstar Keto. In concert, he exudes his glowing aura, attracting every girl that passes by. Oh my gosh, how handsome he is. He's glowing. He's looking right at me. No, I'm gonna cry. He's looking at me, not you. You aren't a fan of his. Drop the act. I'm dizzy. Keto must have the superpower to make everyone fall in love with him. So, now you admit it. I thought you said before that this is all nonsense. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer. If powers really exist, then Keto's gotta have one. Okay, dry your eyes. Come on. That line for the album is getting longer by the minute. An idea popped into my mind. The perfect plan. Anna, I got a plan. You said before that there are countless ways to get a show popular. How about, for the last show, we put everything we have into getting one giant superstar to come on? I looked at that radiant star on the screen. Let's invite Keto. Yeah, let's invite the one superstar, girl. Let's invite that superstar, okay? BS Entertainment. Look, miss, I'm sorry. If you want to book our client Kiro, just having money isn't enough. Almost every show wants us. We can only pick those with the highest audience ratings. And our ratings suck, apparently. But Miracle Finder was rated number 1 2 years ago. I was a fan of Miracle Finder too. What a pity the previous producer passed away. I'm sorry, but business is business. I had to leave Kiro's agency. After the second swing and miss, I only felt more dejected. Our ratings must be like... The company is going under. I better just take the subway back instead of the cab. On the way, I can buy some snacks and food to comfort the crew. Buying stuff for everybody, man. Oh, yeah. Are we gonna bump into Kiro at the supermarket? I think I remember that. A supermarket nearby VS Entertainment. As I purchased my crew's favorite snacks, I rehearsed them in my mind how to break the news to them. While lost in thought, a slender hand appeared in front of me. We grabbed the same bag of chips. I turned my head and the person beside me looked at me as well. A smile was hidden in his deep eyes. I could not help but be attracted. Kiro suddenly covered my mouth with his hand and glanced around. His smiling eyes told me that he's not angry at all about my impulsiveness. Shh, I don't want to get noticed. I nodded. Our little scene seemed to have drawn attention, so he squatted down behind me. We crouched together next to that shelf, waiting until we can get away unnoticed. Looking back at the chips in my hand, I suddenly had to suppress a laugh. Sorry, I just saw you on huge screens and now we're squatting here like little kids. I can't help it. If I were still a little kid, I definitely wouldn't have let you have the last bag of chips. I turned around and found Kiro looking at the chips in my hand, seemingly not willing to give up. Now I felt like I was in on some big secret and my heart somehow beat faster. You really like this flavor? Chips? Actually, I can't really recall. Since my career took off, I don't get to eat chips. That's depressing. You don't even get to eat chips. Jeez. I just, want to see the prize card inside. Everyone's collecting them, right? I held up the chips and saw the notice on the packaging about a promotional Batman AR cards. I thought for a moment and opened the pack and took out the card. Take it. Thanks. If we were kids, we would already be best friends. Oh no. What? I haven't paid for it yet. Oh, yeah. I kind of think you need to pay for that. Let's just pay it later. So sorry, ma'am. I'll buy 10 bags later. Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't have let them get away with that. I'd be like, okay, even though you already opened it, you better pay for that bag of chips. And we looked at each other and burst out laughing. Remembering what he just said, I handed him a chip. Now that it's opened, don't you want to give it a try? Kira looked at me in surprise. One chip can hurt, right? Kira hesitated for 2 seconds into the chip. 2 seconds, wow, that's so precise. Thanks. Do you like chips? Obviously, since I'm buying them. Yes, this is my favorite flavor. You like this flavor? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. He looked into my eyes and let out a smile. Even though I know smiling at fans is his job, I can't help but feel my face get all flushed. Thanks, I have to go now. Next time we meet, I'll bring my favorite snack to share with you. Hey, wait a minute, Kiro. He turned back suddenly and drew very close. Shh. Yeah, stop yelling. Sorry, I forgot again. I gathered my confidence and took out my business card. Actually, I'm a producer at JeidoChannel.i. Wow, it's named after me, I'd like to invite you to the last episode of Miracle Finder. We can pay you a lot. Is Miracle Finder ending? When I was a kid, I would wait in front of the TV for it to come on every day. Yeah, we've lost funding, so I want to end it on a high note. Your fans say that you have the superpower to make everyone fall in love with you. think an episode like that would definitely attract viewers, right? So wait, now I get to be one of the superhumans on Miracle Finder? But then what would I do? Stare at the audience and think, love me, love me? Maybe some singing or performance? Or I was thinking, maybe talk about how you come up with your songs and performances? About your creative process and how to do that first love at sight thing? Love at first sight. But like, isn't that the same thing of that any interview would ask, all that kind of stuff? Wouldn't they, already ask, so how about your performance, your career, stuff like that? Please sing for us. Isn't that what anybody would do at any kind of broadcasting station? But, whatever. As I prattle on about my thoughts for the show, I suddenly realized Kira has turned all quiet. What? You don't like this direction? Of course, it's just some preliminary ideas. They're boring. That's what anybody would ask to do. Oh, okay. Guess he likes it, whatever. No, it's settled, I'll do it. Let's just go back and find my agent. Really? That's great. Then I thought of the agency's reply to me just then and felt into despair again. Actually, I just came from BS, and your agent turned me down already. Kira, who was so excited at first, fell into the similar despair at hearing those words. Sorry, it's such a special show, I really want to be a part of it. But I don't really decide my schedule. Even a big celebrity has moments of helplessness. Seeing Kira's troubled expression, I felt I had to comfort him. It's okay. I'm still gonna do all that I can do to make the last show great. Will you watch? Of course, I would miss it. And later, if you have other shows, will you invite me again to be on one of those? To be a producer, such a question is like a gift from heaven. Of course. I'll have a thorough plan prepared. Oh, can I have your contract info? No problem. I'll be eagerly expecting your next invitation. You can count on it. No matter how Miracle Finder ends up, I will make a show that's worthy of Kira's presence. Before that, I will draw Miracle Finder to a beautiful close to the audience, my colleagues, and my dad. Okay, so honestly, she needs to have a better idea, because I think anyone who's planning to do like an interview with a superstar is always like, oh, can you sing for us? And I'll ask you like questions like, oh, why did you decide to be a superstar? Why are you, what's your career? Why do you perform? Stuff like that. I think anybody would ask that kind of thing. Like, it's just typical. So, I don't know. I just feel like that, mostly. I sincerely apologized and paid for the open potato chips. When I walked out, the sun was shining, but it also started raining. Oh, you finally paid for them chips, huh? Okay. The recurring dreams I've been having also had these sun showers in them. Walking in the rain, my mood brightened considerably. Just then, the phone on my back started to vibrate. Probably Anna about that funding withdrawal. I clumsily fumbled in the bag for my phone, not realizing I was standing in the freaking middle of the crosswalk. Girl, can you please? This has always happened. Like, why? How do you not realize that you're standing in the middle of the crosswalk? You can do that after. Beep! The blare of a car horn sounds behind me. I turn my head to see a taxi rushing towards me. Oh my gosh. And you're gonna stand there, are you? Too late to do anything. Okay, but you can stand there and say, oh my gosh, it's too late to do anything. I instinctively close my eyes. No, I'd be diving out of the way. Jeez. But the crash I was bracing for didn't happen. The whole world suddenly goes quiet. I fall into a warm embrace. Yeah, Victor. I open my eyes. Raindrops hang still in the air. A man is holding me in his arms. His body emanates a piercing but soothing spirit. Who are you? Dream overlaps with reality. In a moment, I seem to turn to the accident when I was 5 years old. He looks at me. We lock eyes. A trace of surprise skims across his face. Evolver. You still don't know? The ability is beginning to waken now. Who are you? You don't have to know. And you better forget what I said just now. Then why'd you say it? Someone says such strange things and expect to forget exactly. Okay, I still have to thank you for saving my life. You should watch yourself. Someone can't come to your rescue every time. That's true. You should have dove out the way or something. Jeez. He put me down on the roadside. When I turned to say thank you again, he was already gone. Then all the sounds came back. Raindrops fell down, the taxi drove away, and people dispersed. Like nothing happened just then. I stood alone by the roadside, still wondering the whole thing. Could it be? Was it a daydream? The wind blew, swaying the shadows of trees. The snacks on the ground tell me it's real. If it's real, could he be related to the boy who saved me in my childhood? Another evolver, he mentioned. What does that mean? Or have I been dreaming too much recently and hallucinated the whole thing? Does the superpowers have become a reality? I should invite him to Miracle Finder. The special effect unit could use a break. But from how he acted, he probably wouldn't agree to go on, right? Didn't even tell me his name. Like helping a cat out of a tree and walk while on a stroll. Cleaning snacks hasn't left me in confusion. Anyhow, it's lucky that I avoided the incident. Or there'd be a headline, Miracle Finder loses funding, producer commits suicide. Gavin! Ha! Gavin! Hey! What I didn't notice is that with the gust of the wind, a man appeared noiselessly. Please don't tell me that I'm crazy not being able to pronounce this right. Noiselessly in the sky above the city. Even in the windless afternoon, his windbreakers somehow flutters. The gun in his holster shines coldly. He presses the call button on his headset. Agent B7, energy wave detected in Loveland. Sending coordinates. Target locked, taking action immediately. His sharp vision follows the girl's figure until she leaves the street. The girl in the flower shop seems to spot the shadow in the sky, but the next second it's gone. Gavin! Come into my arms, Gavin. I like Gavin. I didn't return to the office as planned. Instead, I got in the car heading to the Bioscience Research Center. That call on the roadbed turned out to be from Uncle John. He's a biology professor at Loveland University and helped Miracle Finder many times as a guest expert. He's out of the country right now, but he called to introduce other neuroscience professor to be our guest. Another neuroscience. I can't read today. I can't talk or read. This scientist works in a research center and is also a professor at Loveland University. The whole point of Miracle Finder was to find superhumans and discover the science behind their powers. Hopefully this neuroscience expert will help me finish the last show. Wait, isn't this MC supposed to have some kind of power? Is she an evolver too? Or just doesn't know it? I think so. I don't know. I watched like half of the anime. I did not finish it. Yeah, but if I do have powers, if the MC does have powers in this, I can't really say it is me, but it's not me. Because the MC is already preset, kind of, except for the name, but she has powers, I think. I don't know. Anyway. Hopefully this neuroscience expert will help me to finish the last show. I grasped at this straw, however unreliable it may seem. Subconsciously, I felt this trip might change the fate of Jado Company. Change my fate, even. Oh, this is where we meet Lucien. I don't know how I feel about Lucien. I don't know. He's kind of strange to me when I played this for the first time. I barely remember though, but in the anime, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Lucien Bioscience Research Center. If perception was right, Professor Lucien works in this lab. Having a research center named after himself, he must be a very senior professor. You have a company named after yourself. I have to be on my best behavior. There he is. Just when I was going to knock, the door was pushed open and a young researcher walked out. Spotting me, he seemed to be surprised, but then he regained composure and nodded with a smile. He looked at me kindly but remotely, like he was inspecting a strange new being. Oh, okay, I'm like, it's like dissecting me. He's like, what are you doing? Like, who? What? The way he watched me made me a little uneasy. Yeah, I would be uneasy if someone was staring at me like, what? Huh? Who is she? Hello, I'm looking for Hello, I'm looking for Professor Lucien. Hearing the words, the young researcher seemed to be a little surprised. Lucien? What do you want with him? I'm a producer from JeidoChannel.i. Here's my card. Take it. I want to invite the professor to be our guest on the show Miracle Finder. Miracle Finder? Oh, I've heard of that. Why do you want Mr. Lucien on your show? Professor John recommended. He interrupted me. I've seen your recent shows. Your choice of topics is somewhat problematic. I looked everywhere. I looked in my wardrobe. I looked in my desk. I looked under my bed. But I still can't figure out where I asked for your opinion. Looks like this guy isn't going to introduce me to Lucien, even though he is. He really has an axe to grind about our show. Yeah. Okay. Talk, you junk. I try not to show anger. Thanks for your advice. Perhaps you don't know our show that well. I got a number from Professor John. I think I'll call him myself. When I found the number Uncle John gave me and tapped the call button, a girl in white walked over. Hello, Professor Lucien. The young researcher nodded with a smile. The girl skipped happily away, but I was frozen in place. Then the ring of a phone came from his lab coat pocket. I hung up the call and looked up. The young genius professor was still smiling, but I had felt he'd become even happier. Would you like to talk inside my office after what? No. I don't. Okay, that was why I didn't. Because I'm like, excuse me. First you insult my show. Then you're gonna pretend that you weren't the guy who I was looking for. And then you're gonna act like ain't nothing happened. Lucien to office. Professor Lucien, I never imagined you'd be so young. I'm so sorry. Why are you saying sorry? I annoyingly made a mental note. Never judge people by their appearance. It's alright. I didn't introduce myself. Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Thanks. So, let me tell you about the plan for the last show of Miracle Finder. Yes, please. You can use my blackboard if you like. Sure. I took a deep breath and started the introduction. For our final show, the theme we're going with is Glass That Can't Be Seen Through. I'm sorry, but I think this plan is not feasible. You ain't even look at it. Did you even look at it? You ain't even look at it. What? I haven't even begun yet. Exactly. I ain't even started talking to you. Let's look at the file. I viewed the files that you gave me. But you didn't even glance at them? Lucien, seemingly very smug, laughed out loud. It's nothing. Let me explain the details. He walked over to the blackboard very close to me. I felt a little nervous. Don't get nervous, girl. So what's your view of superpowers? Sure, I believe in them. What? I think superpowers may really exist in this world. Suddenly he looked into my eyes very earnestly. Why do you think this? That's Miracle Finder is a show about superpowers. I've seen many phenomena. Sometimes we fail to explain them scientifically. Perhaps superpowers do exist. Have you heard of the Red Queen hypothesis? No? What the heck is that? Now here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. Is that a quote from Alice through the Looking Glass? Humans have existed outside of natural selections for too long. They have forgotten how cruel the world is. Huh, sounds weird but true. In nature, humans have no more threats. That it's dangerous when you forget to fear. Do you know the way to avoid danger? Is there a way? Suddenly, Lucien dropped. Hey, stay back, bro. Social distancing. Get your butt back behind your desk. Suddenly, Lucien drew close. I stepped back involuntarily, leaning against the blackboard. Get your face out my face, okay? One hand on the board, he drew in very close. Hey, sunlight backlit and obscured his face. Hey, I'm not into you. I'm into Gavin. Hey, my heart beat like crazy because I'm worried that Step back, bro. Social distancing in here when you're in danger. He leaned in even closer to my ear and whispered, "Trust your instincts." Hey, I'm trusting my instincts and I'm gonna kick you in a minute. Well, I was still wondering what all that meant. The mysterious neuroscientist let me go. Yeah, let me go before I kick you into that window back there. You're gonna fall. Sorry, I didn't want any other people to overhear those words. We in your office. Ain't your door closed? The walls thin or something? But it's just the two of us in the room, exactly. What you cannot see is necessarily non-existent, like a crisis lurking in the dark. Oh, okay. I got it. Back to your show. Since the subject is superpowers, you should have your own thoughts on the matter. However, your view on superpowers is still framed by your father's views, am I right? Are you telling me I don't got my own opinion? My father built Miracle Finder with his own hands, piece by piece. Every show reflects the character, the color of its producer. However, I don't see any of your color in this. This is still the same episode plan as 2 years ago. Your color. It's very special. Unlike any other, at least to my eyes. I'm starting to understand, thank you, Professor. Can I go now? Lucien raised his eyebrows in slight annoyance. I should be annoyed at you. Are you leaving? Yes, I have to return to prep and I have to return to prep the show with my colleagues. Please let me go. Should I have lectured a bit longer then? No. Huh? It's fine, you can go now. Thank you. Professor Lucien, will you attend our last show? Oh, sorry, I meant after I finish the new show plan, I'll come back in. Alright, I'm in. Huh? What? Lucien smiled and patted my head. Oh, don't I'm in. I hope I won't be disappointed. Great. Thank you, Professor. Next time we meet, you can just call me Lucien. And not shyly left his office. I was finished the first chapter. And then leave. Recording of the final episode of Miracle Finder. With help of my colleagues, I designed the theme, content, and the rundown of the last show. Though I've recorded several episodes of Miracle Finder, it's the first time I felt nervous. Anna, let's go through the program rundown once more. How many times have you checked today? Oh, but alright. My dear, I've never rehearsed this many times. I can even remember everyone else's lines. Once more, you'll get a salary bump. Everybody stop complaining, jeez. What do you expect me to do? This is the last show. Our ratings have been down to the freaking floor. What do you want me to do? I'm trying to make this good. I'm trying to make this good, yo. Relax, Shadow. I read the script. It's a good show. Ain't nobody asked you for your opinion. Like I said, I looked everywhere. I looked behind the TV. I looked in my desk drawers. I looked under the couch. I never asked for your opinion. Professor Lucien, you're here. Hearing the words Lucien hearing the words Lucien seemed a little unhappy with me. Oh, Lucien. Aren't you planning to show me around? You can show yourself around. Get somebody else to do it. Sure. I'll introduce you to everyone. This is the guest expert for the show. A distinguished scholar in the neurosciences, Professor Lucien. Hello, everyone. The audience stared at the professor in silence, then a moment later broke into thunderous applause. Anna leaned into me. Where did you find such a handsome professor? The show is in the bag. Uh-huh. Sure. The appearance of Lucien swept away the tension and unease on the set. Lucien, do you want to come on other future shows? I mean, if JeidoChannel carries on. Of course. If it's a program you're producing, I'd be happy to join. The recording session was very smooth. Professor Lucien, what does neuroscience have to say about the seemingly miraculous art of mind reading? Well, perhaps more precisely, we should call it brain reading. Lucien's quibbling over terminology makes the whole audience laugh. Can consciousness be read? An interesting topic. One theory argues that everything in the world is interconnected. Professor is something. Handsome, intelligent, and humorous. I ain't laughed once. How was he funny? Okay. For Professor, Lucien is really down to earth. His humor and knowledge lit up the set. For some people, I guess. Not me. Is literally another person in front of the camera. Looking into the monitor somehow, I feel I don't really know this person. Because I don't. We just met, yesterday. Dear audience, the show is near its end. Let's invite Professor Lucien to have the final word, please. As our scientific understanding of humanity expands, the frontier of the unknown expands with it. Miracle Finder might end today with the superpowers it discovered have transcended our age. Oh my gosh, you're so boring! Sorry for the people who like Lucien. If you act too smart, words, all this, I'm just sit here, and just like, okay, please. Maybe someday in the future, the pace of science will catch up with this show. Every scientist, myself included, hopes to make a contribution in this field. Obviously, Lucien garnered lots of fans for himself after the show ended. Instead of just leaving as usual, the audience is crowded around the guest area. Even some of the staff joined them holding autograph books. Okay. It was already late when I was finally able to escort Lucien out. I'm really thankful for what you did today. The honor's mine. It's the first time I've ever been on the show. It was really interesting. Thinking of what Lucien said on the show, I couldn't help recalling the incident that happened, the accident today. I keep telling myself it was a hallucination, but it all seemed too real. Lucien is so open to the idea of superpowers. Perhaps he knows something. Maybe I can ask Lucien about it and not be seen as a crazy person. Lucien, can I ask you something? As long as I can help, of course. Have you ever heard the term evolver? The question stopped him in his tracks. He still calmly looked me over. Yes, I've heard of it. Really? So, where did you hear that word? Victor said to not tell him in. Plus, I don't want to share my business with this man anyway because I don't get with him like that. I hesitate. I have no idea if I should tell Lucien about what happened that day. If you're not comfortable telling me, then you don't have to. I wasn't going to tell you, okay? Evolver basically means a superpowered human. It's an academic term for the superpowered being. It's said that 20 years ago, a British scientist dissected many superhumans and found a unique gene. He called this gene Evol, in other words, a superpower, and those who possess Evols are Evolvers. He dissected a lot of Evolvers. Does that scare you? Actually, the scientist was eventually sentenced to life imprisonment. I would think so. You cutting somebody open and stuff. Oh, what did he say? Because they involved crimes against humanity, his research was deemed classified by the World Gene Organization. Sounds inconceivable. These are all rumors I picked up from working in bioscience. I don't have a clue about the details. Maybe the rumors are partially true, part fiction, just like the superpowers on Miracle Finder. Yeah, but other people have probably heard about it too and believe in it. I'm doing related research on this myself. Maybe one day I will find out the truth behind it. If you find any real superhumans while making your show, they are more than welcome in my research center. Oh. What are you thinking? My research is all completely legal. Are you sure? Because I don't really trust you, so are you sure, sir? Are you sure you're sure? Couldn't help letting my imagination run wild. Occupational hazard. If that's the case, the strange man I met that day must believe in the existence of this Evol. Based on what he said, I must be one of these Evolvers of legend. I have no idea what makes him think so, because I'm definitely just as normal as anybody. That's what every protagonist thinks. Every protagonist with the power that doesn't know, they're like, oh, I am completely normal. You sure about that? Am I 22 years alive? Well, she's 22. I'm not 22. Nowhere near 22. Am I 22 years alive? Nothing inexplicable has ever happened, except those 2 car accidents. Yeah, girl, you're prone to car accidents, I guess. But even if what happened that day wasn't real, the story of Evolvers itself will make it an extraordinary topic. I wonder if that man would have a different version of the story. If I could somehow meet that man again, perhaps he's a real superhuman. You never know. Oh, you will meet him again. Okay. On the day the show aired, I sat before the TV and watched the final episode in silence. The show the station aired was a little edited down, but this was the best I had to offer. Dad, can you see it? It's the first time I planned a show all on my own. Although I cannot completely walk out of your shadow, I finally found my own direction. Even if JeidoChannel Company ends here, I will carry on with my dream of becoming a producer. I will make more shows that more people will like. Someday, Miracle Finder will come back. Dad, bless me. Isn't that thing on the chair, Momo from Love Nikki? This is the same people that made Love Nikki, I think. Next day, JeidoChannel Company. The ratings report for the last episode came out only 0.1 higher than before. Only 0.1? Obviously, people don't like Lucien that much. Jado, don't be sad. In that time slot with no promotion, it's already a miracle to rise at 0.1. Thank you, Anna. You are so helpful. You make me feel so much better, Anna. Oh my gosh. Yeah, rest easy, Anna. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll just be behind. To the whole crew of JeidoChannel Company, thank you all. Yep. I bow deeply to the whole office. Thank you for accompanying me in being Miracle Finder to its final conclusion. Then Kiki interrupted me. Kiki! Wait, boss, I think that conclusion wasn't so final after all. What is it, Kiki? What is it? What? A miracle happened! She rushed to me with her laptop. The last episode of Miracle Finder Beat Your Heart is trending in the top 10. And higher than that on the list is Miracle Professor Lucien. It ranked third, only lower than I'm the Spot on Hero Space, and the Spot on Hero Space is gone. And the unabridged show got uploaded all over the internet. Everyone's talking about it now. Finally hitting their stride on the final episode, I'm starting to believe in this mind reading thing. Is this the Miracle Finder I watched when I was a kid? Share it, don't let it end. Lucien, 26, owns his own research center and is a professor at Loveland University. Is he a human? Published 5 papers on the journal section, won 3 international science awards. He himself is superhuman. At medicine so his students are older than him? Oh my gosh, he's hot. I should have gone to this university. And Keto shared our show accidentally, and since it's been deleted, there are screenshots everywhere. And oh yeah, okay. Look, Kiro posted a comment. This episode is awesome. And is Kiro watching our show? Gosh, is this real? Are we going to take off? I felt my eyes start to water. This is amazing. I put down my laptop and packed up my stuff. Jado, where are you going? LFG, wait for my good news. I looked back at my colleagues firmly. Wish me luck. A helicopter over Loveland City. The last shot of Miracle Finder was paused on Victor's phone at Lucien's concluding remarks. His expression was grim. He rewound the video and started watching the speech again. Rushing to the offices of LFG, I felt a sudden unease for some reason. Something big is going to happen. Oh. Okay. Gold. Oh, okay. And this is the last chapter for this episode. Outside LFG's CEO's office. Huh? The CEO's assistant isn't here? Goldman. He's on all business for a few days. He should have made a reservation earlier. I'm sorry, but it's an emergency. Oh, I remember. I saw you before. You're with JeidoChannel.i, right? You know, that last episode of Miracle Finder, I watched it. Super interesting. Really? Thanks. Actually, I came here today about the fun withdrawal thing. Good luck. You made a hot show. Perhaps we'll make the boss think twice. So, if Goldman isn't here, how about your boss? I don't really know. He's a busy man. No, sorry. Let me answer your call. Once she picked up the phone, Goldman's voice was booming on the other end. Tell everyone the CEO's helicopter just landed on the roof. Get prepared right now! Goldman hung up before she could even respond. Everyone, attention! The president is back. Excuse me, it's time to work. I nodded, sitting quietly aside, watching the hustle and bustle out of the office. Perfect. No matter what, I have to make the CEO of LFG reconsider the funding withdrawal. Goldman rushed in like the wind. The office was back in ship shape with everyone in their places. Several chiefs waited the interest. When Goldman walked by, he stopped in surprise. Not you again! Security, walk her out! But then there was a commotion at the door. The CEO had arrived. The last episode of Miracle Finder was popular. Do you even want to take a look? I've got no time to talk about Miracle Finder right now. Whatever this is about, hold off on it, okay? Later, I'll get you some solid film and television ideas, but now you have to listen to me. Sit tight. If you make a peep, it'll be your last. Dang, Jace. So this really is Jew in hand walking up in here. He shoved me back into the nearest seat and rushed to the gate. Nodded blankly. There are so many people around the CEO, I couldn't get a clear view at all. Yep, Jew in hand 2.0. Sir, what brings you to the office today? A departure meeting this afternoon, 2 p.m. Get it prepared. The voice of the CEO sounds familiar somehow. Sure. If you're not going to Carrie's banquet tomorrow, do you want to confirm it with them yourself? No. Send a copy of this month's investment analyst to my office in 10 minutes. Yes, sir. From my seat, I looked in the direction of Victor, but couldn't get a view of the legendary CEO. As I was wondering when's the best time to make a move, the crowd stopped for some reason right beside me. I was just sitting off in a corner, but now I was completely surrounded by crowd. Why are you here? I leaned forward slowly, looking up, and finally saw the face of the legendary CEO. The one I've been seeking, the one I thought I would never meet again, the one who saved me from the rushing taxi on the day of the sun shower. Is the CEO of LFG and controls the fate of our company? I couldn't help standing up instantly. You... Okay. So, yeah, I had forgot basically almost all of that. It's been a while since I have played it, so I'm glad I went back over again. Next time, if I do decide to do another part, I'll do chapter 2. Yeah, I think this thing has a gacha too. I don't really know how to work the game mechanics that well. I think it's like the wish tree or something like that. See, it was only a level 5, but yeah, I think it's like a wish tree. I'm sorry. It's definitely. Oh, okay. This is definitely like the same style of Love Nikki. That's why it confused me, because when I first started playing Love Nikki, I was so confused. I was like, okay. Oh, chapter. I think I stopped playing because chapter 3 was so hard to get unlocked. I don't know how many chapters this is. I don't know where I don't know where this story is going. I don't know if you have routes in this, or if it's like Obey Me where you don't have specific routes, but you can just choose whoever you want at certain points in time. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I'm just playing. Oh, I have some gold in my mailbox. Oh yeah. I think this game has events too. I'm not sure, but anyway, that was chapter 1. 1 through 17. So, if you like this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to me so you can see me raging at Lucien. Okay, I'm going to rank him up. No, I still like Gavin because I remember him. I remember him from the anime, and I remember him from the next chapter. Then this Kiro. Kiro is probably gonna be my best friend. Victor, and then I'll rate Lucien last because I don't know, he kind of annoyed me. But you know, that's how it goes. So, uh, ありがとうございます。さよなら。